We also have another guest from this time from Canada, Honorable Jim Carey Johannes. He is a member of the Canadian Federal Parliament. As a Greek immigrant, he went to Canada in 1966, and by 1988, he won his seat in the House of Commons as a member of Parliament. Quite an achievement. He takes keen interest in immigration and multicultural matters in the Parliament. He has traveled to many parts of the world representing his constituents who are multicultural and multinational. He has traveled to Afghanistan, Egypt, Lebanon, Greece, and he has traveled to Pakistan extensively. And he has also visited Rabwa. He strongly believes that respect, acceptance, celebration, and embrace of the human race can end all world conflict. Some hope. I request Honorable Jim Carey Johannes to come and address.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Holiness, colleagues in all levels of government, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, and it's a pleasure to be in this historic event. But as I was here at the funeral of the late Khalifa, and I went through the mosque, and I seen the mosque in the building stages, I can't but today reminisce that in this great hall and in this great mosque, the spirit of the late Khalifa is with us, and he will continue to be here to influence the way that the Ahmadiyya community will certainly be moving in this century. I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of Ahmadis all over the world, and whenever I go to a country, the first people that I sort of seek out is the Ahmadis, because I feel part of the community and I feel them as part of my inner family. A trip to Pakistan would not be fulfilled without visiting Rabwa, but conveniently the present government has changed the name. But to all of you, the Ahmadis of this world, it will always be Rabwa. There's indeed difficulties. There's indeed trials and tribulations that we face as we move on. I understand that there were difficulties even here today. Reports have come to our part of the world that some folks have said, call it anything else but a mosque. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a mosque. And for those that do not understand how to spell it, I will be very precise. It starts with an M and it follows on. This is a Muslim mosque. The Ahmadiyya faith is the 73rd sect of Islam. And for those people that believe otherwise, well, you don't have no tolerance of religious perspective. In Canada, we're a nation where I don't care if you came 400 years ago, 500 years ago, we're all immigrants. We either all came off a boat or we all came off a plane. It's a country where we have very little tolerance for people that do not respect other religions. As a multicultural society, as a tapestry of multiculturalism, we believe that everyone under the sun is equal. Everyone has the right place to be here, and everyone has the right place to respect, accept each other's religion, celebrate it, and as you move on, embrace what is unique ours. Embrace what is unique human, and embrace what is unique multilateral faith, multicultural, and multinational. So, Your Holiness, as we're here today, I bring a simple message. For those of you that probably will hear this message, might not mean very much, but in Canada, like you here, I was listening to the news, we're sort of going through a gut-wrenching exercise of political establishment, and I was looking at what is happening with the Conservatives, and I felt like I was right at home, although we're a little bit more left than the Conservatives. So as we're going through trials and tribulations within our party, and the Prime Minister designate that will be taking hold of the country in about 4 months, I have a message for him. And I have to tell you, the Honorable Paul Martin, the name might not mean much, but remember it, Martin. In a couple of months, you will be hearing a lot about us. He was at the Jalsa in the summer, and Your Holiness, he was with us for about 3 hours. And that indeed was a pleasure to see a Prime Minister designate at the Ahmadiyya faith, and he very much is very close to the community. And this message was written last night, and it was to the National General Secretary, Dr. Aslam Dawood, and it goes as follows. Dear Aslam, I understand that you and Nazim, this is Nazim Mahdi, the Emir of Canada, will be traveling to England this week as a part of a Canadian delegation to the inauguration of the new Masjid in London. Over the years, I've delighted to participate in the events of the Baitul Islam Mosque in Maple. I understand that the London Baitul Futuh Mosque will be the ever as magnificent and will be the largest mosque in Western Europe, the celebration of which the UK and the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim communities can be justly proud. My very best wishes. I represent the Canadian Ahmadiyya movement in Islam community on October the 11th. Ladies and gentlemen, signed by the Right Honourable Paul Martin, in my opinion, the next Prime Minister of Canada. So, Your Holiness, as I had the pleasure of traveling extensively with the late Khalifa, and I felt more closer to my God when I was with him, I'm looking forward to the continuing working relationship with the community. And to all those of you that are Ahmadis, don't let anybody else tell you different. You're Muslims. And to all of those of you that believe in the Ahmadiyya faith, do not let anybody else tell you any different. This is a mosque. It will remain a mosque. Nothing else but a mosque. Huda Hafiz.
Thank you very much. Now we have another Member of Parliament from House of Commons, Honourable Dominic Grieve, MP. Politics seems to run in the family. He is son of an MP. His father was an MP from 1964 till 83. Dominic Grieve was educated at Westminster School, Magdalen College and Central London Polytechnic. He has been a member of select committees and is acting as opposition spokesman for Home Office these days. I request Honourable Dominic Grieve MP to come and speak.
Your Holiness, it's a great pleasure and a privilege to be here this evening with you. When I received the invitation, having already some knowledge of the beautiful building I was going to come and visit, I knew that I had a pleasant anticipation of the evening, and I have not been disappointed. It is indeed a remarkable place, remarkable for the architecture of the building, but all the more remarkable for the atmosphere that it pervades in it. As community cohesion spokesman for my party, I bring you the greetings of my leader, Ian Duncan Smith, and his appreciation of the role of your community in our national life. It's a particular pleasure that I know that within all political parties, but including my own party, you are represented in the work that we strive to do to achieve a common good. And your role in our national life as a religious community is one that has brought nothing but benefits to my country. It's therefore an exceptionally important event that this mosque should be open and that it should reflect the strength, the vibrancy of your community and the diversity of our country. I'd simply like to thank you, and keep my words short, for one thing particularly, and that was the sung words of the Quran which started our proceedings this evening. The singing in itself was of great beauty. The words in translation were even more beautiful. I would like to thank you. Thank you for laying down foundations of a common heritage that can be shared by our children and grandchildren in Britain in the years to come.